NRG's a top 5 team now, eh?
I wouldn't say there.
The rankings right now are Liquid, Vitality, Astralis, and NRG. What's up, guys? Welcome to today's show. We're going to be talking about the StarLadder Major 2019 main qualifier. So that just finished literally like not even 30 minutes ago. So we're going to break that down, talk about fantasy implications, talk about our pick'ems, and then we're going to go right into the new Legend stage for the StarLadder Major 2019. We're going to talk about our pick'ems. We'll do our fantasy draft for the Legend stage. So there's no playoffs yet, just the Legends. And we're going to do our daily contest draft. So going right into it, as everyone knows, you've got North, Mouse Sports going through as the trios. Then you've got G2 Crazy, NRG, Avangar, Dream Eaters, and Vitality all qualifying to make it through to the new Legend stage. And I promised Crazy I would give him a shout out, so big shout out to Crazy and congratulations on making it through to the new Legends. We'll be continuing to root you guys, and we'll probably be drafting some of your players too in our fantasy picks. So out of those teams, any surprises? Or surprises of not advancing?
So the surprise for advancing was definitely Dream Eaters, who they advanced by not, like, they didn't beat terrible teams or the weaker team. Like, they went through NRG and Vitality as two of their wins, right? Like, that's insanely impressive for, honestly, a newer and underdog team to take on two top 5 teams like that and to topple them. And then honestly, the biggest miss is Furia, who I had as my 3-0 pick, and I thought that they were going to make it an easy, and they kind of bowed out really early, losing games to Simon. Like, come on.
That was probably my biggest shock.
Yeah.
Like, I had Furia really high up. Like, we even discussed them. You said it, 3-0.
I thought they were 3-0, and I thought they were the best Brazilian team at this point.
Right now in the world, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. That's crazy. And did not even make it through, let alone they won one game. That's it. Vitality going 3-2. I mean, at the end of the day, they still qualified. It doesn't really matter. You just got to get to the dance, right? But the fact that, honestly, I'd love to see the stats. I bet you 80 to 85% of the community picked Vitality to go 3-0 in this, and they went 3-2. Probably busted a lot of brackets because of that.
Yeah, 100%. It busted the EliteDuels bracket. We had Vitality as our 3-0. And yeah, they're moving on, but honestly, it feels like they're moving on with a more sticky and choppy situation for the fans and for people who are going to pick them again. Because they moved on, but they looked really shaky. And honestly, what I always thought was they have xseveN, who's top 2 in the world. Him and Simple can battle it out for number 1 in my opinion. And then after that, they have good players, but none of them really are gonna stand out. Like, you got all 4 of the other guys are skilled, but none of them are gonna stand out. Like how all their teams, they have their number 1 followed by Navi, Simple, Electronic, right? Liquid is Twist or Elite is your number 1, and pick them right after that. Whereas I think that what they're really good at is game planning for teams. If they have time to game plan for you, they're gonna execute it perfectly. Like, they understand how to play their position, they understand how to play as a team, and that's what their strength was. Going into this, I thought that you saw when they have to scramble to play different teams, like they don't know who they're playing, is when you see the weakness. Like, they don't have a lot of time to prepare for them, and that's when I think you see who Vitality is individually skilled wise, right?
Yeah, our bracket wasn't too bad, our pick'ems. The only we busted 3 times. We busted with actually 4 times. So we had Vitality going 3-0, they went 3-2, so that's gone. We had Simon going 0-3, they went 2-3, that's gone. Then we had North, Mouse Sports, G2 Crazy, NRG, all moving on. However, we had Hellraisers and Furia advancing, and they both didn't. So not terrible. We got the 3-0s and 0-3s wrong, but we were right on 6 of the 8 teams advancing. Although that's quite an easy.
It was a big 6 that we
it was pretty easy to determine. But still, it's a lot challenging, and it'll be interesting to see as we move on to the next stage, the Legend stage, when we do our pick'ems, and if some of our strategy changes based off of what just happened in this stage, right? I think Liquid by far will be 3-0. I actually have a feeling the Astralis will not go 3-0. I think they're going to be 3-1.
Who do they play first day?
Astralis plays Dream Eaters.
I think this is gonna be a big measuring stick.
That's a tough one.
If they come back, because Dream Eaters are feeling hot right now.
Yep.
They took out some big clubs, and if Astralis looks shaky against Dream Eaters, it could be a bad sign.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one for them. But no, I think I think we're gonna go Liquid.
I would go Liquid.
We'll go Liquid 3-0. Yeah. Who do we have going 0-3?
Ooh. It gets tough now because these are all really good teams.
Vanguard, Dream Eaters. Here's just teams I'm going to throw out there that I think go in this category of potential 0-3 teams. Vanguard, Dream Eaters, Renegades.
I would throw NRG.
MIBR.
I might throw NRG in there. They look shaky.
I think NRG's taking one game for sure. I think NRG actually beats Renegades the first game.
Well, yeah, one of those teams are going to be knocked out of our 0-3 right away.
Renegades now for 0-3.
Like I have a soft spot for Renegades. I really like what they were doing earlier in the year, but
I know Renegades. They're like a solid pro team.
Yeah.
But I don't even believe that they should. I think that there's other teams that are better than them in this top 16. They just didn't perform well. Like if for example Furia, we just talked about them. I think Furia is an overall better team than Renegades. They just did not show up and perform properly. But again, Renegades deserve the spot. There's a reason why they're a legend team, right? They qualified last tournament. They made it to the legend stage. So I'm actually leaning more towards Renegades to go 0-3. Just simply because Vanguard, Dream Eaters, and Crazy all just prove that not only is their preparation good and that they can compete with anybody, but the fact that they just played CS. They're not cold. They're coming in. They're warmed up. They're ready to go. They understand they've played 3, 4, 5 games already. Yeah. They're good. They're ready to go. And I think a team that's going to go 3 is going to be a team that's in the legend stage right now, not one of the qualifiers.
I think it's between MIBR Renegades, and
let's go Renegades.
Renegades, yeah.
Let's lean Renegades. So our 3-0 is Liquid. Our 0-3 is Renegades.
Yeah.
Now then, 7 teams to go 3. I'm going to say ENCE, Astralis.
Yes. NRG.
I feel more comfortable saying FaZe and Na'Vi.
So we got ENCE, Astralis, FaZe, Na'Vi.
Yes.
I say G2. I like what G2 showed. I think that they're also coming in hot. Let's not forget that they just played
North. North played really well. North played unbelievable. Yeah. They were the shining spot in the qualifiers for sure.
My only thing is, I really liked how G2 looked. I think that you saw that the whole thing was when Kenny was on Envy and it was G2. The whole combination was because they wanted to bring Shox and Kenny together. And it was always, okay, so Kenny's been the star, but we need to see Shox really show up, right? And in this tournament, you saw him really take the lead. And then you saw Lucky, Ominic, and Jax also follow suit. And there were a lot of games it was Kenny didn't have to do anything. He could just play his game.
One of the things with this, though, is that G2 plays Na'Vi first round.
Yeah.
So if you get caught, and now it's like the matchups get crazy because every team is good. There's no easy matchups here except for maybe Liquid. Liquid is the only one where I feel comfortable. They're beating anyone right now 3-0 easily. Yeah. But G2, for example, they lose, right? We look at some of these matchups. I'm going to say, for example, MIBR loses, Melsports loses, say Vitality loses, Crazy loses, Dream Eaters at Vanguard. They all lose.
Yeah.
They're matched up with one of those, right? Those aren't easy.
Yeah.
And you don't know who they're going to match up against. Going on to our fantasy draft.
Mm-hmm.
So first, there's 3 contests currently up on EliteDuels.com, so you can follow us with us as we do our draft. So first, we're going to do the Legend stage only. So in this event, you will accumulate points for the entire Legend stage, not for the playoffs. So once your team has qualified or been eliminated, they will no longer be earning you fantasy points. So if you want to follow along with us, what we're going to be doing is the $50 draft. We're both going to enter one team, and you can follow along. So that's just for the Legend stage. So our teams and all those teams are going to accumulate points throughout the entire tournament. Just the Legend stage. Once those teams have advanced or been eliminated, there will be no more fantasy points. Once that's done, then we're going to go do our day 1 only fantasy draft, where that's the daily contest. And those, personally, they're my favorite. I really enjoy those because I get to draft a new team every day, regardless of how they're doing.
And you get to see who they're playing.
And yeah, that's where strategy comes in, where it's like, okay, I can look at matchups. Who do I think is going to win? What games do I think aren't going to be blowouts, right? Because you want to get some rounds in and try to get more fantasy points. So you've got Simple, Zywoo, Hunter, Device, Jane, Magisk, Zipnix, and Nico. crazy to see that there's no Liquid players in tier 1, and it's all based off rating, right?
So really weird, but I think it's all they share the feast, right? Like it's not just one guy takes it all. It's everyone's gonna eat a little bit.
Yeah.
So
do you want to go first?
I'll go first, and see, this is I think I'm gonna go with simple. That he's gonna pop off, and I do think Navi is gonna lose at least one game. They're not gonna go 3-0, so he's gonna play the extra game, and he's gonna be a top player.
I'm also taking simple, simply because if I believe that they were gonna be a 3-0 team, I probably would lean more towards like a xseveN or a Hunter or a Nico, or even one of the Astralis guys. But simply because I actually do, no pun intended, I keep saying that, but because I actually don't believe Navi is going to go 3-0. I think they're going to play a lot of games. It just ends up being better for us. And every single time Simple's out there, he plays well. Like he's going to show up and give you fantasy points. So I'm also taking Simple as my tier 1 right now. So we've got Elige, Electronic, Woxic, Naf, Breeze, Twist, Rops, Fallen, Sergey, Dupree, KRB, and there's a couple I missed out, but those are the main big guys. I've already got my eyes set on one or two guys.
I was like,
you could stack.
I really want to take Twist, but if they do go 3-0, I only get 3 games out of him. But it could be 3 big games.
You could also stack. You have the potential of stacking Electronic with Simple.
But I see Woxic sitting there, and
he's good.
He's good, and he's Mouse is. I think they're gonna play a lot, and it's either him, like he's always their top guy, and then it's like Rob's Frozen kind of battle for that second, third spot. So I think because of that, I'm gonna take Woxic right now.
It's a smart play. I'm actually gonna go with the stack. Typically, I would pick a Liquid player here, but because I think the general consensus is they go 3-0, that means that they're only gonna play one best of 3. Which is not a lot.
That's a lot of maps they miss, because you think, okay, well, maybe they only lose 1 or 2 games, but those 1 or 2 games can be 3 maps each. So 6 maps they could lose, right?
And if we believe that Navi doesn't go 3-0, that's what we think right now, even if they go 3-1, they're playing 2 best of 3s, right? So there's already guaranteed 2 more maps being played.
3,
So I'm stacking Simple with Electronic. We'll show it on screen right now, but I will read out just a couple of the players. Kenny is in this, Frozen, Allu, I guess you could say Fur, Ethan Forrest, Stewie, Otto Endy, Cirque, Rainglaive, Chris J, Ariel, and Shocks.
Are you gonna keep stacking? You can take Boomich here.
Boomich is here. I'm not gonna take Boomich.
So I'm going with my always pick, the guy I always take. It's the Kenny S, because I think once again going a lot of maps. Same with it's the same thing with Woxic. Go a lot of maps. He's always their top guy.
To that Ents is not going to go 3-0. I think they're going to be in that same ballpark. They're going to be in the middle with Navi with like 3-1. I don't think they'll go 3-2. I think it'll go 3-1. So for that reason, I like your pick though with Nos. I think that's very smart. I'm actually going to go allu. We're going to go Ents here. Moving on to tier 4. We'll put it on screen, but that's Valde, aizy, Rez, Speedak, Buster, Flamey, Nitro, NBK, Ominic, Jax, Alex, Yugi, Guardian, Lucas, Tarek, and Apex. I'll let you go first.
A lot of French guys in this.
I
once again think North is in the same ballpark as, like we